Hello, you guys. So I am back. Oh my goodness. It's currently Monday at this point, Monday evening. I've worked, I had Friday off. So coming in Monday, I had like plus 100 emails. It was madness, complete madness. So it was a very long day, but I'm home now. I feel like this video has been going on for like 3 days of complete randomness. So if you've even made it to this part, like, kudos. I appreciate you. I've just been trying to get my life together, really. There's like a hell of a lot going on for me, but like it's all coming together, so it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And as for me getting my little creative streak and everything going on, the creative flow was going, it was really going, but it was going in the wrong way. So like I have all this stuff that I bought from Joanne that I didn't even really use. I tried to do the painted bag like you saw and it bled through. I did not go and get another bag. I probably am planning to go do that because I still have this idea in my mind. I tried to make some jewelry. I made these little earrings, which you probably can't even see, which is fine. I think they're cute. But I love jewelry, I love earrings and all that stuff. So I'm gonna get back into my creative juices, but they were not flowing the right way this weekend. It like, sometimes when you sit down and you wanna create something, like you have a vision and whatnot and you try to execute it and it's just, it doesn't come. And I don't wanna force anything in my life. I don't want to force a relationship. I don't want to force a meal. I don't want to force a goddamn thing. And I don't want to force a creative process. Similar to like how I handle like my videos. Like if I'm not feeling that day, or if I don't have anything to talk about really, if I'm not like this, that, and other, then I'm not going to record because I feel like it's forced. And I don't know. It just doesn't come off as genuine. I feel a person who's watching it could completely tell and pick up on it. Like I'm very transparent. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So like if something's not right, it's very, very much seen and felt. So it's just a lot. So I've just been going through, since my day was very busy, I got home and I kind of got on social media just to see what is going on in the world. I've kind of been shying away from it like over the weekend because sometimes you have got to like take a break. I was really focusing on this weekend, the BravoCon stuff, because it was BravoCon this weekend in New York, and I love the Housewives. I love Bravo as a channel, really. They have shows on there that just, you know what I mean. So BravoCon was this weekend, so I was catching up on all that tea, all that drama, all that everything, and it was a hot mess. But Andy, like, I know he has his things. He does have his things. I mean, he does. But I feel like he's a genius. Like, he's made this fucking franchise of the Housewives massive. And now that they have this BravoCon thing where all the shows and all the people could come, like, amazing. Like, they're making effing bank. I looked at the tickets because, like, me and my mom, we both love Bravo. And we're like, oh, maybe we can, like, go next year, this, that, and another. I looked at the tickets for this year, and the lowest ticket cost was like $300 and some odd dollars. I just ain't got it like that. So I was grateful that Bravo this year decided to air a lot of the events. Like they put it on YouTube, they were airing it in space of Watch What Happens Live. So like they were really letting people see at home what was going on, which I thought was very cool. Very, very cool, because Bravo has such fans, and the Real Housewife, just house of whatever, it's craziness, it's insane. And for me, and I'm so sorry if you're like completely non-housewives, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I apologize. But for me, my favorite, and it's probably because like me and my mom, I love my mom, and we enjoyed watching these ladies so much. They would just give us life. We would be cracking the fuck up. The outrageousness that these ladies, I'm talking about the cast of Real Housewives of New York, okay? I'm talking about Dorinda, I'm talking about Ramona, Sonia, Luann, Bethany, even Jill in there, dang on, Carol, like those core group of ladies, like I would. And now we have found out, we knew that like with Ebony and Leah coming on from the last season that they had, they really did ruin it. They ruined it. Like, I'm not even trying like Ebony's the sister and all that, but like I feel like I would have came on that show and came at it on a different angle and a different perspective than what she did. Like I definitely would have came way different than she does. Like race is a huge issue, and it's something that, yes, like we deal with every day in our day-to-day life and everything like that, but I felt like she came in so hard with that, and that's all she made herself up to be. I didn't really get to see much more of Ebony. And then Leah, I liked her when she was on there the first season, but then that second season, it was just too much. It seemed like she was trying too hard. It was just whatever. So like my core ladies, like I would even say you could throw in like Jules even. Like I liked her. She brought some drama and some spice. But I'm like, those core ladies, you know who I'm talking about. Like Luann, Sonia, Ramona, Bethany, Carol. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but those main core ladies. And now to find out in the announcement that yes, the last season was horrible. Dorinda got put on pause because she was fucked up in every goddamn episode, like every goddamn episode. But now we knew that they were doing a reboot, but we thought a reboot meant like a reboot, not like completely like trash everything and start from the ground up. Y'all, they got a whole new cast on the Real Housewives of New York, and I am upset about it. I am upset about it. Me and my mom are upset about it. We were thinking it was going to be the original ladies, throwing in some old former housewives and maybe like a couple new ones, that it would be like that. That would have been what we were going for. That's what we were all asking for. Like, do they not read social media? I know they read social media. They should actually have people. I know it's a job. It has to be that like someone keeps up on the trends. Like there has to be a job where someone like goes on social media and they see what it is that people want to see and or don't see on their TV shows. And if that's not a thing, bitch, give me that job. I will fucking tell you. I will have it all analyzed out for you in a fucking Excel spreadsheet with a fucking pie graph. Like, give me that fucking job, because we could have done this so much better. Like the excitement of New York coming back was so real, and now I'm so disappointed. We have these new ladies, some of which, like, granted, I never heard of the original ladies before this started, but like I'm like, who are these women? Now the cast originally was like older women, so I think that's really why my mom related as well, because they were older women, you know, being married, going through divorces, being, you know, older and single, doing their thing, da 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 da. So it was super relatable there. And now the cast looks to be a lot younger, which like I get, I guess, but they also have this new show on there, like the Real Girlfriends of something, the Real Girlfriends of Parents, with like the younger crowd. So they could have kept this show with the older crowd. Like that's what they should have done. So I'm trying to find where the ladies are. Let me see if I can pull that up, because I'm like, who are y'all? Now, is it more diverse? Yes, it is more diverse. There is one chick on here, Jenna Lyons, who apparently people know, and that's a well-known name. I've never heard of her. I'll figure out who she is at some point. But these are the new ladies. There are 7 ladies. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 POCs possibly, and 2 white girls, but I could be wrong. I'm just basing that off of me looking at this. They are all very much younger, but I'm just not excited. And like some of the comments, they're feeling the same way. Like I'm just not excited. I'm not excited at all. Here's a better picture of them with Andy at BravoCon, because that's where they announced them at. But I'm just like, exactly, this is my face. This is Dorinda at the cabaret. That's how I feel right now. Like, for real? Like, are you effing for real? Are these women actually housewives or just influencers? Because if not, change the name and create another show. Not feeling it. Exactly. Like who? I don't want to watch a show about influencers. No thanks. Real Housewives was the Grey Gardens. Yes. crazy drunk old lady show. If I wanted to watch influencers post a day in my life content, I go to Instagram or TikTok. Yeah, I'm just not getting it. Yeah, this is a no for me. I prefer the old middle-aged drunk women from the Upper East Side, not Manhattan. Yes, let us see a life that we haven't seen. That old money, you know what I mean? That old money, not that new money when they're ready to be fashioning in your face any chance they get. And I learned the biggest lesson, not the biggest lesson, but one of the lessons that I learned, and I learned it from Jorinda, because she said it. She said, wealth whispers. Wealth whispers. Because, honey, when you have it, and you truly, truly have it, you don't need to make it be all flashy and be showing this and showing that. You just know. And everybody the fuck around you also knows. There's no reason for you to be flashy and wearing all these labels and this, that, and the other. Like, it's unnecessary. So I always do remember that, like, if I ever came into some, like, mass amount of money somehow in life, I wouldn't be super fucking flashy like that. Wealth whispers. Because I got it like that. Like, I got it like that. So, like, I just... no thank you. It's not Real Housewives of New York without Sonia and Lou. Not watching this crap. Like, if anything, they needed to just completely take Ramona off because she is just unfucking bearable. I enjoyed her for a long time. But then she just got beside herself. She got fucking beside herself and I could not do it anymore. So, if any of y'all watch RHONY, let me know. What are your feelings on this whole reboot? Will you be watching? I will say maybe I'll give the first episode a go. But if I'm not fucking connecting, I'm not connecting. And it's really sad because that same thing happened to me with Atlanta when Nene left. Like, I just didn't connect like that anymore. And now I feel like all these shows are just going to shit. I'm like, what are me and my mom gonna watch anymore? Like, we loved that shit. Especially like when we lived together. It was dinner, wine, and sit your ass down and we can watch our shows, and it was so much fun. So I will be looking forward to that when I move back home, and I'm sure she will be too. But yeah, so just let me know your thoughts on that because I'm just like severely disappointed. I also understand that probably no one who watches this video gives a fuck about Housewives, but if you do, let me know. But in saying that, I do want to just, I think I said in my last video, I will be talking about weirder, different kind of things. I'm not a person who has like a set schedule of like, this is what I want to talk about. It's kind of more so stuff that I see throughout the day and I'm like, that's interesting. I have a thought on that, this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. So it's very random over here. I hope you're okay with it. There was something else. There was something else that was very random. But we'll get to that. What I wanted to talk about is Johnny. I want to talk about our man Johnny. And I apologize for the lights, but I don't feel like being in the light right now. And this red light is very soothing for me. But maybe I should bring you a little bit closer if I'm going to lean back like that. Okay, that's better. But we have been seeing Johnny lately with a lot of this like Pirates of the Caribbean paraphernalia on. As we know, he always wears like the Aztec coin chain off his pants or like his belt. He's been wearing the backpack. Like, we've been seeing different things. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture. But in us thinking this, do we feel like Johnny's about to go back to Pirates? Like, we know he famously said that, like, you know, he wouldn't go back to Disney if they paid him, like, $300 million and, like, a pack of alpacas or something like that. Hence why there was all these alpacas showing up at the courthouse. But, like, so now he's, like, giving us all this pirate stuff. So apparently he's been wearing the emerald ring, the Jack Sparrow emerald ring, then the Pirates 5 backpack, and now the pirate medallion. But I believe that medallion he's been wearing. So, like, it is Johnny's life. So if he goes back and does another fucking Pirates, I'm gonna watch. Like, if they pay him that 300 mil or whatever it was and some alpacas, take that shit. But they would have to do it on, like, they would have to make, like, silly little innuendos in it, you know, kind of touching back to his personal, like, they would have to do it in the right way. Don't just do some rush job shit and make it corny, make it fucking whack, and everybody is like, what the fuck? Y'all would have to do it in the right way, with the right script, with the right fucking people. That is the only way I want it done, and only if Johnny wants to do it and he feels like it's worth his fucking while. But I don't have an issue with it, and I honestly don't see why other people should have an issue with it if he's okay with it. Now, do I think Disney did him fucking dirty? Hell yes. Do I think there should be a public fucking apology? Fuck yes. Is it gonna come? I believe it would be. I believe it'll come at some point once things die down. I feel like Warner Brothers, I don't think they'll do it. But I think Disney will. I think they will. He's also been wearing a Louis the 16th chain after the movie, Mr. Johnny. People keep talking about his looks and stuff, and I'm just like, y'all, for real, he is a man who has been through hell and is getting his life back. Ooh, it looks spooky when I have the light on me like this. And the red light. It's like, woo, it is Halloween. Woo. Let me stop being ugly. But, you know, like, he is an older man. But for him being an older man, to have gone through all this bullshit, he still has this long, shiny, thick hair. He looks good. Now, do I prefer him with facial hair? Absolutely, because that's just my thing. I love hair. I love fucking hair. I love it everywhere. So, the more hair, the better, but I still think he's hot. So, like, people need to, like, get over themselves. Like, I want to see what you look like at 60 some odd years old. Like, then you can fucking talk, but don't be talking about somebody when you're like 30 and 40. Like, now you still have time, honey, and not everybody ages the same. And ugliness, as we have seen by Amber, you have an ugly inside, you have an ugly fucking heart. That shit eventually is gonna come to the outside and show on the surface, and it's certainly happened with her ass, because I'm not gonna go low, but y'all know what the fuck I mean, because she looks a mess. But anyway, and then another thing with Janelle Monáe, she's saying that she wants to emulate Johnny because she thinks that he's a great actor. She wants to emulate Johnny's film career. And if you don't know who she is, here she is. I think she also did music too, but I think she's been focusing more on acting. And here's a picture of Janelle Monáe and Amber. So we know how she feels about this situation with her having come out and said that about Johnny. She's not dumb. She's not dumb in the slightest. Hold on, I'm supposed to be picking up, so that's my weed guy. Hold on. It's always so interesting, like, hitting somebody up to, like, buy drugs. Like, if you really think about it, it's like, it's on another fucking level, but it's like all this, like, it's not like he's very, oh, here he goes again. Hold on. Okay, so from that text is gonna be a minute, because he said he's in DC. And he said the location. I'm like, why are you sending your location? It's okay. Like, you don't have to send a pin. I believe you. Like, he's very good. Like, he lives literally down the hall. It's easy, it's simple, but it's like, oh, can I pick up? Oh, how much? Which strand? Da, da, da. It's like all this shit, and then you're like, okay, let's get this shit. So, anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. I need to get my shit. Oh, Excelsior Springs. Okay, so I did like this article, but I didn't get a chance to read it. So I want to see if there's any more information on this whole Excelsior Spring thing with Timothy Haslett. Like, you crazy? And you know, I've said it on here before, but it's so true. Like, you can see in people's eyes. You can see in people's eyes when something is not right. Like, it shows in the eyes, the crazy. They can maybe look like, oh, a completely perfect, normal, functioning human being in society, but then fucking eyes will tell it all. So let me see if we have any updates. Apparently the police are confirmed, the police have confirmed detectives are actively investigating whether the Missouri man Timothy Haslett had other victims, because remember the girl said my friends didn't make it. He was 39. He looks old as fuck to be 39. That's him, but crazy will do it to you. So he's 39. He was charged with keeping a 22-year-old woman as his sex slave in the basement. So that's new. I mean, I assumed, you know, what was happening, but they're coming out and saying that as his sex slave in the basement of his Excelsior Spring home for nearly a month. That is miserable. Miserable. She escaped on 10/7. Wow. The woman said who helped her that she looked like something out of a horror movie. Imagine. Ugh. When the woman said she was calling the police, she panicked and warned her captor would kill her and claim he had killed 2 of her friends. So at this point, we know that it's 2. And apparently the woman said that this guy has actually killed more than just 2. She said it was her friends, but she wasn't clear if something happened to them. Just a hot effing mess. Why? And they got a picture of him with the kid, but the baby's face is blurred out. Like, I can't believe you had a child the whole time. 70 pounds, no more than 70 pounds. He was starving them. There was no tears because she believed she was too dehydrated to even produce tears. This is what the woman who's saying who rescued her. And this is pictures of the house. So now, before all this happened, the windows weren't boarded up, but now they're being boarded up. And there's the crime tape around it. So those are pictures of the house in the backyard. Why do places where crazy shit happen always look like they're creepy as fuck? Like, ugh, God. House of effing horrors, man. Like, you never know what is going on behind closed doors. Like, you just don't know. Like that one Twitch girl. I saw something about that earlier. She's this Twitch girl and she's making all this money and has all these followers and this, that, and other. Then this weekend, she's on live and apparently she's married, which people didn't know. And then she's on the phone with her husband or something. And he's screaming at her obscenities and threatening her and all of this shit. And it's just like threatening to take her money and all their accounts are like, he has all the account information. And it's just like, it's a really effing crazy world out here. And I know because I deal with my own fucking shit, but I'm just like, it's really fucking whacked out here. It's whacked. People are fucking losing it. But the other random factoid I wanted to get into, if you did not know, I'm letting you know, because this guy is the guy that's always kind of really rubbed me the wrong way, and I kind of had a feeling about him, but I didn't know what it was. But it's because he's rude as fuck. And anybody who's rude to wait staff, automatically I feel like your character is bad. Automatically I feel like you just don't know how to act, because what the fuck, you're going in somewhere to eat a meal, have a fucking drink. What do you have to be upset about and rude about? What do you have to be upset about? Stay at home if you're gonna have a stank ass attitude. So this person in question that I'm talking about is James Corden. James Corden, the one who sings his little ditties in the car and tries to act all happy-go-lucky, like, ooh, 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 I'm so much fun, I'm the nicest guy on earth. Like, no, apparently he's an asshole, and apparently he's friends with Ellen. They have the same vibe, him and Ellen DeGeneres. And you know she's been fucking canceled, and all her shit is out there about her being rude and mean and just doing all types of havoc to people who are beneath her as she feels. But this man now has been banned from a restaurant in New York due to his rudeness. Like, the levels of entitlement. Like, how fucked up do you have to be banned from a restaurant because you couldn't act like a normal fucking human being with some respect and talk to people like they're fucking human, just like you are? That you get banned from a restaurant. It's not even like you got fucked up and destroyed shit and this, that, and other. No, it was because you didn't know how to act. you had no manners, and you were rude. So this is what it says. James Corden has been banned from a New York City restaurant after owner Keith McNally accused him of being extremely nasty to his staff on multiple occasions. So it's not even just one. They gave him, what, 1-2 chances, strike, you're out? Because we're not dealing with your bullshit because we don't have to? Who the fuck do you think you are? This is what Mr. McNally says. He says he was the most abusive customer to my Balthazar's servers. Like, Balthazar, that's supposed to be like a hot spot in New York, like where people go to be seen. Like, that's a hot one. And now you can't even fucking go there, James. Stupid. So he was the most abusive customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. He made a whole ass statement on IG calling this man out. It's like, you... So this is what it says under Keith McNally NYC. James Corden is a hugely gifted comedian. That's an opinion. But a teeny cretin of a man. Let me read that again. A teeny cretin of a man. When's the last time you heard someone called a cretin? Like, oh my God. And the most abusive customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. I don't often 86 a customer, but today I 86'd Corden. It did not make me laugh. He's petty. He's got some sass to him. Here are 2 examples of the funny man's treatment of my staff. He behaved similar in a former restaurant, Cafe Luxembourg, a few years back. So this is just what you do, James. You go to restaurants and shit and you just act a fucking ass for no reason because you're James Corden. Like, what? People really do get beside themselves and forget. Like, they forget that they're in the real life, in reality, because they got all these yes people around them that they've hired to make them feel like their shit doesn't fucking stink. And so then when they go out into the real world, they don't know how to fucking act. That's when you need to go around with a fucking handler, clearly, because you can't get it together. So it proceeds. In June, James Corden was here on table 61. They're putting table numbers out there. Table numbers. So you go to the restaurant, you'll know exactly what table that James Corden was sitting at acting a goddamn fool. That is funny. Although this is diabolical, it happens very occasionally in all restaurants. After eating his main course, Corden showed the hair to Balthazar manager G, who was very apologetic. So there was a hair, but he had ate the main course. Now you want to show the hair after you done ate all the fucking food. Like, I will never get it. Corden was extremely nasty to G and said, "Get us another round of drinks this second and also take care of all of our drinks so far. This way I write any nasty reviews in Yelp or anything like that." So you're demanding free drinks, and then you're going to be threatening that you're going to put bad review. Who do you think you are? Like, I can't even imagine fixing my mouth to say those words to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, to fix your mouth to just be that fucking rude. The fact that it just comes out so smoothly. And that's why I'm talking about this, because the thought process to every step that it is that you have to take to be so fucking rude to somebody, you need to be called the fuck out. So he was extremely rude. He was demanding drinks and everything like that and threatening bad reviews. So then the second report, James Corden was at Balthazar with his wife on October 9th for brunch, so a week or so ago. He asked for a table outside. The brunch maitre d', Allie Walters, took the party to table 301. Again, given table numbers. Mr. Corden's wife ordered an egg yolk omelet with Gruyere cheese and a salad. A few minutes later, after they received the food, James called their server MK and told her there was a little bit of egg white mixed in the egg yolk. Are you fucking for real? You need to eat at home. You need to cook and you need to eat at home. If you're gonna bitch and complain about some egg whites being in your yolk omelet, rich people really need to be brought down a few fucking notches, because that is insane. That is insane. Is he kidding me? Okay, so the server informed the floor manager. Then the kitchen remade the dish, but unfortunately they sent it out with home fries instead of the salad. Oh my God. And just assuming that she just doesn't eat carbs or anything like that. How dare you bring a potato to the table? Oh my goodness. So then when that happened, James starts yelling like he's crazy to the server. You can't do your job. You can't do your job. Maybe I should go into the kitchen and cook the goddamn omelet. No, maybe you should have stayed your ass home and cooked the fucking omelet. How about that? Like, the server was yet again very apologetic and brought in the manager again over to the table. He returned the dish, and then after that, everything was fine. He gave them promo champagne glasses to smooth everything out. G, the manager, said that Corden was pleasant to him, but nasty to the server, MK. That makes sense because you think the server's beneath you, but you need that manager still to let you in and give you tables whenever the fuck it is that you show up. Disgusting. Disgusting. MK, the server, was very shaken, but being the professional that she is, she continued to finish her shift. Trash, James Corden, trash, absolute trash. So I hope that you kind of get humbled by this now that everybody knows that you go to restaurants and act like a fucking asshole. I hope will now get a statement that I never meant to speak in that way, and now I'm reflecting back on my life, and I'm going to a therapist, and we'll get that little notes app apology. Like, fuck out of here. You knew what you were doing, you did it anyway, and you wanted to fucking do it. Don't apologize now because you're being called the fuck out. Like, don't even fucking do that. I hate when people do that. Like, you weren't sorry when you fucking did it. You weren't sorry when you did it, so don't be sorry now. Shit. I just decided I'm not gonna put that stuff that I filmed this weekend in this video, just because it's me getting a storage unit and me painting and trying to figure out how to make some jewelry and like going to Joann's. Nobody gives a fuck about that. So this video is long enough, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But I have seen, touching on some royal family stuff, as I love to do, I have seen that, and at the end of this, there's a serious note I want to go to. But I do want to touch on the royal family just quickly, because The Crown is coming out on November 9th, excuse me, and we're getting the trailer on Thursday. Now, at this point, it's very Diana based, and apparently it goes into her final moments, and the royal family has a problem with that. Here's part of the promo. Her name is Elizabeth Debski, I believe that's how you say her last name, but since I don't pronounce anything correctly, that's probably wrong. But I think that she does a fabulous Diana. I think that they did very well with the wardrobe, makeup, hair, all of that. I think she did very well with learning the mannerisms and the walk and everything like that. I've seen the pictures of her like in the black revenge dress, like phenomenal. So I think that it's going to be good, but the royal family is having an issue with it apparently, because it's gonna show the final moments. And this is a line that does not need to be crossed, and it could be triggers for Harry and William. So I'm just like, they've pretty much showed a hell of a lot in this show. We've seen all about Camille and Charles and Diana, the love triangle. We've seen all of that. We have seen a lot of drama. But I do see how this would be a little bit too much. Like, I don't need to see a car going through a tunnel, being chased by motorcycles and crashing, and Diana on the ground. Like, I don't need to see that. I've read the interviews, I've seen the news reports. Like, the people who are into it and who watch this show, they know what the fuck happened, okay? We don't need to see that. I think that they just need to, like, maybe do a black screen and leave it at that, and like let you know, like, assumption, you know, leave you with an assumption, although it's not an assumption because we all know what happened, unfortunately. So I do think that it's crossing a line, honestly. Here's some more promo. Lovely. Beautiful. So I'm excited. I will be watching. I will be watching. They're still fucking with Meghan and Harry. Apparently this Netflix show is a go, and it's going to be happening. But there's all these issues of Harry possibly writing a book, and him wanting to get out of the book deal, and the king being the only one who can get him out this book deal, and him not wanting disparaging things about the queen getting out there that's in the book. And I'm just like, y'all, you cannot pay me. Yes, they're rich. Yes, they're famous. Yes, they're fabulous. Yes, they're beautiful. But you cannot pay me to like deal with that constant stress. And just to know that people out there hate your guts. Like, hate your guts. I could not do it. There's this woman
dear husband,
cosplaying on TikTok, Meghan. She's acting like she's on the podcast.
Hey girl, you trying to meet the prince?
Look at this. Oh my god.
Now, before she even set us up, the very first question I thought was, is he nice? How much money he made? Our first date was at a place called Dean Street Townhouse.
I'm done.
Harry enjoyed a few beers while I sipped on a martini.
They are reckless. Actual footage. Stop!
We simply chatted for 3 hours that night.
Stop! This is so... Okay, now I will say that recently I have seen a lot of clips of Meghan from her acting days, and I really never knew who Meghan was until she was marrying the prince. I never watched Suits or anything like that, but I've been seeing a lot more clips of her during her acting days, and there's some of like the sex scenes and the raunchy, like she did a lot of sex scenes, and I'm like, whatever, do what you gotta do to make your coin, no judgment. And there was one scene I saw that I believe it was like a scene for 90210, and she's in the truck with this guy, and you see the guy like sitting in the truck, and there's a girl looking at him, which I assume is his girlfriend. And she's like, what's going on? Like, trying to see what's going on in the truck. And the guy sees the girl out the window, and he's like, oh my God, like trying to get himself together. Next thing you know, you see Meghan pop up. Because apparently she had been giving him a BJ in the show. But I'm just like, ooh, Meghan was doing risque stuff. I saw she was a scene where she was up on a cabinet or a wall or something, getting it on with some guy off the Suits. I was like, oh my goodness. So, honey, there's a reason she is with Harry. There's a reason she put it on him. She put that thing on him. He didn't know what the fuck. He ain't never had that. And when he had it, he was fucking stuck. And she got the ring. And people are fucking mad about it. Mad about it because she put it on him. She put it on him. But yeah, like, it's never ending. People hate Meghan. People are going to hate Meghan. I'm interested to see what this Netflix documentary is going to be. I feel like Netflix has been doing a little bit better with their shows here recently. I don't know why. I did finish The Watcher, which I talked about in the recordings that I'm not going to put in this video. But I did watch The Watcher on Netflix. That was pretty good. But, yeah. Yeah. Now for the serious note. And because I feel like it's very, very close to home, and it's really irking me because I don't understand, and I'm very much like against this because we've had so many unnecessary incidents of this bullshit happening in our past, and people being harmed and killed unnecessarily. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting, and it pisses me off, and it makes me so fucking mad, and I want to bring attention to it because I saw it on TikTok, and it is close to home, and we've already had so many of these damn shootings. If you're like completely, I'm not trying to get fucking political, whatever, the shit is wrong. People bringing guns every the fuck where they want to go. It's not safe anywhere. People are whacked the fuck out. It's crazy. That's just how I feel. You don't have to agree with me. I get it. People love their guns. But for me, I think that it's scary. And in this situation, and many other situations, we have seen it go so wrong. Okay? So fucking wrong. People losing their lives, destroying families. We just had a situation with young babies. Babies. Like, not infants, but children, y'all. And this shit is still going on. So I'm going to play the whole TikTok. It is rather on the long side. But it's important. And I want y'all to just listen. This is going on at the University of Baltimore in Baltimore, Maryland. I live in Maryland. I'm very close to there. I just could not imagine being on campus. You know, not obviously. I went to college. I went to a small college, lived on campus, did that whole college life. I could not imagine living on campus knowing that somebody is roaming around with a fucking gun, a person with whom is known to have issues and who is messing with people. So I'm just gonna let her speak. I'm gonna let her speak because apparently she's trying to get this out here and get the word out about this because the school's not helping as they should, regardless of everything that's happened, everything that we've seen in the past, everything. I'll just let y'all hear it for yourselves. And then I will leave you.
University of Baltimore, and I'm really hoping I'm a junior at the University of Baltimore, and I'm really hoping that you guys can like and share this video because at this point, everybody that attends or works at the University of Baltimore is risking losing their life by being there, and the administrators of the University of Baltimore are trying to push this entire situation under the rug so that no one really knows what's going on.
And that's trash.
There's a student in 2 of my classes who brings a gun to school every single day, even though it's against university policy.
There is no space for a gun at school. I'm sorry. You don't need a gun in the classroom. It should have never gotten to that point. Like, it's like, oh, well, what if somebody comes in and this, that, and other, and then you have the gun to protect? Yes, that's the argument. That if there is some danger going on, that then someone will have a gun that can stop said situation. But how many times have we seen that on the news happening? We've seen mass killings of people in every which church, malls, school, movie theaters, concerts, any fucking thing you could think about that you're supposed to feel safe and you're not, because you never know when someone has a fucking gun out in their hands and has a vendetta out against the fucking world. Sorry, it's like so upsetting to me, but it's something that I truly believe in, and it does upset me, and this is close to home.
Student has stalked, threatened, and assaulted me both on and off campus since the second week of classes. I reported this to 3 of my professors on October 5th and 6th. By October 7th, the police were involved, and I was advised to file both criminal charges and a peace order against the student because this student has a very long history of doing things like this. A warrant was immediately put out.
A very long history of doing things like this. How do we not learn from our past? How do we not learn from history? Why is it that, like, in the past, this guy goes and shoots up whatever, and then they go and do their investigation and shit, and they see videos with a whole fucking scenario of them planning everything out, or they see notebooks and stuff where they're planning everything out that they plotted and planning for all this time?
For the student's arrest, and the student was arrested on campus. During the arrest, the police did find a gun in the student's backpack.
Why?
The student was arrested 6 days after I initially reported this to the school, and the school had yet to send out any type of notification regarding the fact that there was a student on campus.
So, what the fuck, University of Baltimore? You have a student that was arrested on campus with a gun found in their backpack, and you do not alert the school, student, faculties, and parents? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Somebody needs to be fired.
With a gun. On October 12th, I went to court for the temporary peace order. The literal court ordered that this student stay away from the University of Baltimore. The next day I had a meeting with the Dean of Students who informed me that the student is on an interim suspension, but is required to meet with her, and after their meeting, the school can decide to completely ignore any court-ordered documentation and allow the student to continue to attend the University of Baltimore.
Wow.
The police have deemed this...
So on a suspension, not even an expulsion, a suspension. You brought a fucking gun on campus, and you've been harassing this young girl, probably other people, and you get a suspension? A suspension. Okay.
Students so dangerous that every time I go to court or the commissioner's office, I have a literal detective escort.
That's
and
crazy.
The police themselves
That's so
have advised
scary.
me not to return to campus until the University of Baltimore decides to do something about this situation.
Okay.
So I haven't been to school since October 5th.
Wow.
It's currently October 16th, for anybody wondering.
Yesterday.
I was also notified in between court and the meeting with the Dean of Students that this student was in fact bailed out of jail.
Wow.
After the plan was to hold the student without bail.
Wow.
Also at this point in time, which was a week and a half after the initial report, the school had yet to notify anybody on campus about what was actually going on or that there was a student with a gun on
campus. That's so negligent.
The students' own professors were not even made aware
That's
of what was going on.
Foolish. Now that is fucked up. You didn't even tell your teachers who have this young man sitting in their fucking class who had a gun in their bag, and you don't even tell your faculty so that they can be on the lookout if there's any strange behavior or anything. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Like,
Friday on October 14th, my professors finally annoyed the president enough that the president finally decided to put out some form of notification.
Just on
This was
Friday.
His notification. He never states that the student had the literal gun on campus.
Wow.
He never stated that the student was released from jail. And then he blatantly lied by saying that the university had this under control and there's no ongoing threat to the safety of our community.
Wow.
There are thousands of people going here every day unaware of the fact that this student could literally walk in at any second.
Anytime, any moment.
The administration is pushing it under the rug. I'm a junior at the university.
So that's what I wanted y'all to see, because I felt like I wanted to share that because I think that it's disgusting. It's close to home. We've seen it happen so many times, and it is something that I feel extremely strongly about. I want to have kids, you know, someday. I would love for them to have the experience to go to school and meet friends and do that whole traditional school thing, but it terrifies me. It terrifies me. I could not imagine being one of those parents who get that fucking call or see something on the news or come across something on Facebook and see that something's going on at their child's school and they're rushing to the fucking school and there's cops and everything all over the place and they don't know what the fuck is going on because someone is in there with a goddamn gun terrorizing and destroying lives because they are unhappy with theirs and want to take everybody else the fuck out with them. It's disgusting. So that's my rant. That's my end of it. If you don't agree, I understand. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm also entitled to my opinion. So, I mean, I don't know. Do with me will with that, but I felt like I wanted to share. Feel free to share it as well. This is happening at the University of Baltimore in Baltimore. So, foolishness. But I'm going to leave you on that. Gonna enjoy the rest of my evening, try not to snuggle up in bed before like 8 o'clock and go to sleep, but hey, I still need to pick up, so I should probably keep my phone turned up so that I can get my stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys a little bit later in another video and we'll chat soon. Bye bye.